courage, tenacity, amongst many other things. Bless the coaches with grace to train and instruct players with the technical knowledge of this game. Help them, Lord, to have the vision every leader needs for a successful game. I pray today you would keep the players and everyone on this field safe from harm or injury. May they put into practice all that they have learned in training and bring to mind all the skills and planning from their preparation times. May each of them be aware of your goodness in their lives, and may this goodness pour out of them as a witness to your endless grace. As they run and tackle and defend, keep them from losing their temper, Lord. I pray for their fair games. I pray against broken legs and torn ligaments. Keep them safe and secure in the palm of your hand. Bless the organizers and donors of this sport event, that they may continue with your generosity to advance the cause of youth in Jamaica. We ask for your continued guidance. We ask for your blessings. We ask, most importantly, that you will bless everyone in this stadium, including those at home who are watching, so that we will all come to the realization of what true sportsmanship is, and we will celebrate to your glory. These we ask in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you very much. Hazel Cameron, Principal, Clancarty High School, offering prayers. As we said, an interesting season coming up. We have the declaration now, and we'll start with the brand manager, Digicel Junior brand manager, Kadeen Webley, making a pass to True Shake marketing coordinator, Kershaw Ferguson. Okay, here is Miss Webley. Makes the pass to Miss Ferguson, across to Andre Roper of KFC. He makes the pass to SportsMax CEO Nicholas Matthews, who makes the pass to Kirk Distributors Sales Manager Basil Perrier, to Main Event Corporate Affairs Manager Donna Huzzy. And now the pass will be made to the Minister, who makes the pass across to the Garvey player. That's coming via Keith Wellington and O'Neill Ankle, the head of Manning Cup competition. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the declaration of the Schoolboys season here at Sabina Park. And just to remind you, it's Krishmar Maxwell of Garvey Messiah, the player involved in that declaration. And now, the Woolmers group. Let's welcome the Woolmers dance troupe.
When I look at where I'm coming from, I know I'm blessed, and I close my eyes and smile. Sometimes I feel like the richest man in Babylon, and I've done my best, so everything's alright inside. Oh, every morning, I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to the hills. I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air, as far as I can. Yeah. As far as I can. I can, yeah. My two hands in the air, as far as I can. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing, yeah. Lift up my eyes to the hills, I'm blessed, oh man. Sometimes I'm lost and far from home, but I'll find my way. I follow my heart, I know I'll be found someday. While I'm lost, I learn and live. What do you say? Let's have a good time until that day. Oh, every morning I rise, I stare at the sun. I know it is a blessing. So when the evening comes, I lift up my eyes to the hills, I'm blessed, oh man. With my two hands in the air, as far as I can. Yeah. As far as I can. I can, yeah. My two.
I'll be like we are live. What's on this other? Ding dong, talk to them.
I have my house and I have my car. Have my drink and I have my bar. Have my peace and I don't want war. Have my riches, I don't need power. Got my money, I got my girl. Got my diamonds, I got my pearl. Got my things and I got my wings. I may fly every day, I'm the Lord of wings. Everybody sing happiness. Boy, we not in a number with stress. Gonna fake friend, gonna bad mind. We no want no friendship from them. Sing again now. Happiness. Boy, we not in a number with stress. Dance me a dance and I enjoy myself. If you want salad for your business. Alright, stir fry. Stir fry. Stir fry. Mami chukote ya. Stir fry. Stir fry. The dance bad, yo, now I'm all alive. Lego the bird. Lego the bird. Lego the bird. Hey, Lego the bird. Lego the bird. Lego the bird. Lego the bird. Lego the bird.
Girls, everything. From London, Canada, and the USA. Girls, everything. Crown Shabba, King and the them DJ. Never chill alone, a chill along a waffle. Come chill alone, a come from a piece of the hill. Clear them off. Chill alone, a chill along a waffle. Come chill alone, a come from a piece of the hill. Clear them off. Woman, the mind is my soul and heart. Party girl and kiss the sweetheart. Antoinette, at the beat of me heart. But tell the women you're not to faint. Cause me a chill alone, a chill along a waffle. Come on,
tell me, I gotta forget Vex all night. Try now, hot and deny up like a straight line. Ain't shorty, from a push out, a woman. I know them want get up. Tell me, I know I wanna have the boys man lock with the goody. Straight white for us, so we do it. Sign stamp seal, you was certified. Time machine, it's stiffer and divas for life.
All the wanna base to the back of the line.
Pretty naturally, my money stack properly. One top girl, any other top of back of me. Them a go see commission, you know watch the decorate. Pretty skin, easy kill you, dance all lock of me. Haters, me know watch the crowd, me watch the papers. When they tell account, them on the big machine, which calculator, them a shaper. But I done the one, me grab the waist and lose your weight. Come on, put you in your place. I like my tights and fat like my voice. Whole man so tight, boy, shape, oh. Come when me sing, girl, hot like a chimney. One top girl, I gonna train her too. Yo, from I get the break, now take the break, me working daily. Want for rich, like really rich, it's like man off, I check my savings, got a short like what? I feel me, I go beg the ratings from my band. Me never seen no ratings, but a pay slip.
Girls,
As we watch the Wilmer's dance troupe, we can tell you that the schools competing in the DaCosta Cup competition: Alphonsus Davis, Alston High, Anchovy, Anotabe, BB Coke, Bel Air, Belfield, Belmont Academy, Black River, Brownstown, Cedric Titus, Central High, Charlemont, Christiana High, Clarendon College, Cornwall College, DeCarteret College, Denby, Dintil, Edwin Allen, Enid Bennett, Ewerton, Fair Prospect, Fogo Road, Froome Technical, Garvey Maceo, Glenmuir High, Godfrey Stewart, Grange Hill, Green Island, Green Pond, Guys Hill, Happy Grove, Herbert Morrison, Homewood Tech, Hopewell, Horace Clark, Irwin, Kellitz, Kemps Hill, Lacovia, Lennon, McGrath, Maggotty, Malden, Manchester, Mannings, Marcus Garvey, Mayday High, Merlin Otti, Mile Gully, Morant Bay, Mount St. Joseph Catholic, Monroe College, Mushet High, Ochereas High, Old Harbor High, Arakabessa, Paul Bogle, Petersfield, Port Antonio, Robert Lightbourne, Rossies, Seaford, Spot Valley, St. Elizabeth Tech, St. James High, St. Mary Technical, St. Thomas Technical, Sydney Pacon, STEM Academy, Tatius Golden, Tacky High, Thompson Town, Titchfield, Vera Tech, William Nib, Winston Jones, Wycliffe, Martin High, Yallas, and York Castle. And those competing in the Manning Cup: Arden High, Bridgeport High, Calabar, Camperdown, Campion College, Charles Smith, Cloncarty, Cumberland, Dunoon Tech, Edith Dalton James, Excelsior, Hill Selassie, Holy Trinity, Heidel, Jamaica College, Jonathan Grant, Ozzy Marty, Kingston College, Kingston High, Kingston Tech, Meadowbrook, Mona, Norman Manley, Pepin, Spanish Town, St. Andrew Tech, St. Catherine High, St. George's College, St. Jago High, St. Mary's College, Tarrant High, the Cedar Grove Academy, Tivoli Gardens, Vauxhall, Waterford, and Wilmer's Boys. Those are the teams competing in the DaCosta Cup and Manning Cup, respectively.
That's it for the opening ceremony, and the games are officially open. The football, ISSA Schoolboy football season officially declared open. We've had the first game, Garvey Maceo and the Kemps Hill drawing 2-2. And how has that been so far for you guys?
Well, I said before the match, let's not undermine Kemps Hill, because that goalkeeper, he was doing his job today, and I think that throughout the season we can look forward to seeing a lot of good things from Kemps Hill.
Right, and I was very impressed by Kemps Hill and how they neutralized Cleo Clark in the second half. So it was a really scintillating match, and I'm really proud of Kemps Hill.
All right, well, now it's time for the first match in the Manning Cup. Of course, that is between Kingston College, the defending champions, and Calabar High. Yeah, it's a derby.
Yes,
they're very competitive, you know?
Very competitive.
Yeah. So let's have a look at these team features of both of those schools.
Last season was quite extraordinary. North Street Giants Kingston College snatched 2 schoolboy football titles, including the Olivia Shield, a trophy of immense value, according to new technical director Andrew Edwards.
Well, every championship means a lot to any football program, to any school, to any coach, to any player. And of course, the Olivia Shield being the hallmark of schoolboy football supremacy in Jamaica, it's a real big thing, so to speak, you know, and it would have lifted the spirits of the school community, given confidence to the program in no uncertain manner, and certainly it has given us inspiration to believe in ourselves that it is possible to do again.
It's immense. You will have to go back like 30 odd years to get that feeling again. A greater feeling than even winning the Manning Cup itself.
As a new season gets into gear, the champions may find that it is more difficult to stay on top than it is to get there. Having lost a whopping 19 players and a prominent head coach, Kingston College is in a precarious position. Or are they?
Well, this is Kingston College, the home of the brave. And we are working hard, as you can see in the background here, every single day to prepare this team to defend what we already have. And nothing less is expected of the players. Obviously, we don't have the experience of yesteryear, but these kids are very talented and they are working really, really hard. And I think with the coaching staff that we have and the management staff, the principal, we have the complete package to give a good shot at retaining what we already have in the cabinet and try and add to it.
We have a program in place and it's even more comfortable because I myself have been in charge of youth programs for a number of years. So they normally just come right up throughout the system with me. So I have no fears. Kingston College, even with the youngsters, we are here to compete.
KC will open their 2022 campaign against Calabar High, another school with a flair for winning. However, Coach Watson remains unfazed.
This is not chance, this is football. Once we're dealing with football, Kingston College versus Calabar, this is Kingston College territory. I personally will tell you that it's football. I don't think Calabar is going to be having any say against us in this football. I am boldly clear in that.
They have played good football over the years. They have only won the title 3 times. So we are here to see if we can add another title to the Calabar football dynasty.
Often seen on the sidelines for Maypen-based outfit Humble Lion, veteran coach Andrew Price has taken up the head coach position at 61 Red Hills Road. His first coaching job with a schoolboy football team.
And the challenge, the challenge became available, and I was asked by the Calabar old boys and the Calabar community, including the principal, to come in and develop a program. So I'm here. I really feel comfortable being here. The players, the coaching staff, the school administration, the principal, the old boys have been very receptive to me and receptive to what I want to do here at the school. So we're going to work together and see if we can bring a new philosophy and a new light to the Calabar football program.
Having worked with young people throughout the years, Price has expressed confidence in making them better players.
So I believe I have that knowledge over the years that I can impact on them to make them better players and also better student athletes, because it's very important that they take their studies just as seriously as they play on the field.
But with many convinced that Calabar are track and field centric, how will Price persuade the naysayers?
They have good talent here and they have good facilities, so it's just about applying themselves and going out there and do well. It's not going to happen overnight. We have to develop it over a period of time.
The last time Calabar made it out of the first round was in 2017. Being drawn in the group of death with defending champions Kingston College could make getting out of the group this season a profoundly uphill struggle.
Just another team, there are other teams in the group. Kingston College just happens to be one of them, and it's our first game. You have to play whoever is in front of you, and if Kingston College is the first game, it's just the first game, and we'll treat it like that.
There you have it. A good coach, a good philosophy, good players, and a good support system. What can go wrong?
Schools, Kingston College and Calabar High School, they are getting ready to be on the pitch and face each other once again. And let's look at the recent head-to-heads between these two teams.
Right, so as we had said, it's a rivalry that encompasses many sports across, the schoolboy scene, and we have Kingston College getting the better of Calabar in the last 2, as well as that third one being a draw.
Yes, 2017 a draw, 2 wins for Kingston College, 4-0 and a 2-0 in 2018.
Let's take a look at Kingston College school facts. Founded in 1925, 97 years of existence. The colors that the school wears, bright and proud, is purple and white. Population of 1,900. Titles, 16 Manning Cup titles, and their motto, the brave may fall, but never yield.
And here we will be presenting our player to watch for Kingston College. And he is none other than Dujan Richards, That's him sporting the number 10, and Mr. Richards will be definitely looking up to terrorizing the Calabar back line. And we see here he's 16, so we do well to look out for Dujan Whisper Richards.
Let's take a look now at some school facts for Calabar High School. In 1912, 110 years of existence for this school. And the green and black, they were proudly a population of 1,650 staff and students. And they have 3 Manny Cups, last one being in 2005. And the utmost for the highest is what their motto is.
And let's take a look at Calabar's player to watch.
Isaac Clark, that's his name, and he'll be in the midfield, and the 17-year-old in his 3rd season now for the Calabar team, and of course he'll be hoping that he can just dictate the pace a little bit on the field and push his team to score.
Definitely, that midfield battle will be very important today because Kingston College has a very potent midfield, so Calabar will definitely look to win that battle.
Alright, so the scene is set. We are all ready for the first game of the Manning Cup season. Kingston College, the defending champions, taking on Calabar High School. We take a break now. When you come back, you'll be hearing from Donald Oliver and Dwight Jeremiah.
Dream to be inducted into these fraternities, defined by courage and spirit, traditions built on bravery, and some ever reaching for the highest. For decades, these two have raised the bar, injecting rich pride into their institution's sporting prowess. Another season is upon us, and the rush for schoolboy football supremacy remains the same. The Purple Pride from North Street and the Lions from Red Hills Road meet at Sabina Park. Kingston College versus Calabar. ISSA Manning Cup action starts right now.
It feels normal again. Both Boy, doesn't it feel normal again? The opening day of a new Manning Cup season is here. We are live from Sabina Park, and anticipation will give way to the action in short order. And as is the case every year, we get to see what the defending champions they have to offer. Kingston College going up against Calabar High. The talk of the town, the narrative of a nation, the pride of generations. There is nothing quite like a competitive spectacle between Kingston College and Calabar High. Be it track and field, football, or school's challenge quiz, there is no Goshen, there is no truce. Green and black against purple and white. Such a spectacle that the sponsors, they have to be involved to shake the hands of the team members, starting with Kingston College in the traditional purple and white, and they'll make their way across to Calabar High. And one thing I can say, Dwight Jeremiah, the jerseys are on fire this season.
Very, very far, and there's no mixing up these two teams. Nor would these two teams want you to mix them up any at all. As you spoke about it, Donald, this is a matchup of great intensity and a game that we're eagerly anticipating, because these two teams always want bragging rights.
Kingston College, of course, 97 years this year. The team from North Street and the sponsors led, well, the Minister of Sport greeting the team from Calabar High. Of course, 2 days from today, Calabar will celebrate 110 years of existence, and they'll be hoping to make a mark this afternoon here at Sabina Park.
And I think if we judge last season, they started well against Jamaica College and faded away. I'd love to see them kick on, and a little soft spot for them, and the fact that they're a sister school of William Knibb, and as such I'm here not really backing them, but yes, would love to see them kick on.
Just had to throw that in there, right, Dwight Jeremiah?
Why not?
Not a bad school to be paired with. Of course, William Knibb, they have a few icons of their own.
The biggest of them all as well.
Yep, one Usain Bolt, and the teams will now greet each other, as well as the referees will have the coin toss in short order. The teams are presently being introduced to the audience here at Sabina Park. Not quite jam-packed. We expected something bigger, especially with the support that Kingston College they usually carry around. Odette Hamilton will be in charge of today's fixture. She'll be assisted by Stephanie Daly-Singh and Jacet Carr.
Well, big officials for a big game.
Yeah, the teams will take their pictures now, and just to keep the moment in memory as they take on each other, as we take a look at the starting lineup for Kingston College. Just one name in this starting lineup that started last year's final for Kingston College. Tajari Lee in goal, Aaron Thomas, Robert Xiao, Blaine Byam is the player I'm talking about, back from last year. Donald Edwards, Teshon Mattis, Jaheim Johnson, Dujon Richards, Kashim Harris, Ashley Kennedy, and Samuel Shakes.
Yeah, a new look team, but certainly they're looking to continue with the old performance from last year.
New look team at this level. Both these teams have been together from under 16 level, so they actually know each other very well, as well as the opposing team. Xavier Codling will start for Calabar in goal. In front of him, Isaac Clark, Daniel Nash, Rochester Francis, Sheridan Wilson, Tajay McCarthy, Tariq Foster, Devon Hutchinson, Fitzroy McLeod, Omar Walker, and Jamali Turlong. Of course, they're coached by Andrew Price, who's pretty much new in the schoolboy football game.
Yeah, but football is a language, and it's a universal language anywhere you go, so we expect him to really get these boys going from the first whistle here, his first high school team that he's coaching. But we do expect Calabar. We saw them, as I said last season, really good start in their first game, and no bigger game for them to really put on a performance like they did back then. So I'm expecting them to really come out and put on a good show. Kingston College talk about pedigree, and they want to stamp their class. They're pretty much at home, as you say, just a stone throw away from their school ground right here at Sabina Park.
The captains are there for the toss, and they've decided where they will go. Byam, of course, as expected, based on the fact that he is a lone survivor from last year's starting lineup. He has the captain's armband. And just to tell you that Kingston College, they are going to be playing with a 4-3-3 formation. Byam is one of the centre backs for Kingston College, and Calabar, on the other hand, they'll be playing with a relatively conservative 3-4-3 formation. We've seen that type of formation before. Was utilized by Chelsea Football Club at one stage, and many other teams in Europe.
Locally, I also think Cavalier uses it a lot as well.
Yes, Cavalier as well. And Jerome Waite, of course, uses it regularly, and well, probably made famous in Jamaica by him, based on the type of attractive teams that he formulated when he was at Charlie Smith and, of course, at Arnett Gardens. But he's at a different venue these days, Jerome Waite.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how these two formations match up and how the coaches will tweak them and morph them into different systems to be effective in the middle of the park. That four in the middle, if not tucked in those wide players, can get numbers down, and as such with the three in the middle of the park for Kingston College. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams deploy the formation. As they say, it's a guide, but you can play it many different ways.
Can't wait for this one. Words have already been said before a ball has been kicked. It is said that Calabar shouldn't be on the same park with Kingston College as far as football is concerned. Well, they're on the same park right now as the first game of the Manning Cup season gets on the way, and Casey trying to come forward. There was a bit of a missed kick here, and a challenge had come in actually that was late on. Ashani Kennedy was trying to get something going for Kingston College.
Yeah, it came from the blind side, as you see it, just as he's going to pull the trigger. Yeah, just made a contact there, got his plant foot from under him. But Kingston College, with just about 30 seconds on the clock, looking to cause some problems here for the green and black clad Calabar. There was a lot of discussion over this one, and I'm pretty sure at the end of it, something from the training ground. Could be just a strike on goal. Maybe it was just a cue as to who gets to the front of the line. Looks to be Mattis.
Kennedy is behind this one. And here's the shot that is just over the top. Didn't have a lot of pace and was just slightly off target. Mattis there,
yeah, in the end,
with the
Mattis
effort.
who went with it. Yeah, got it up but didn't get it down quick enough, and it's a tough task from that close range to get it over the wall and back down. On that occasion just went over, but you suspect it will get better as this contest we're on.
Kingston College, they have been reinvigorated in recent years based on what they've won in the Manning Cup. They had gone through a bit of a drought, just a little bit over 3 decades to win a Manning Cup crown before they did so back in 2018, and of course they came back to win it last season, earlier this year.
And that has done so much for their assistant coach to make the pronouncement he did. But then again, with the titles, when you have 16 compared to 3, you certainly can say a lot.
It's funny though, because Calabar, they have been playing a little bit longer. There is Raymond Watson, the aforementioned Raymond Watson.
Not surprised that he's parading the touchline already, because he will want his team to back up his pronouncement.
Yeah, he has everything right about this, right? Calabar trying to get an attack going, but they've lost it in a dangerous position here, and Casey trying to come forward through Mattis, and there was a bit of a recovery. It goes behind for a corner kick to Kingston College.
Yeah, playing like a team at home anyway, Kingston College, despite being at Sabina Park, as we said. And Calabar yet to get into the attacking third. But it's early. You feel they just need to weather this early pressure from Kingston College, as long as they suffer but don't get themselves hurt.
The wind is all over the place, by the way. It's a circling breeze over Sabina Park. This one is going to be curled in, but it comes all the way across. Here's a chance that Kennedy couldn't quite take for Kingston College. They have another throw, KC. Andrew Price at the schoolboy football level for the first time.
No return ball!
Already barking instructions to his team, who have been forced to defend, and now they try to make that transition to attack. Both these teams met in pre-season. Calabar went down by 3-1 to KC, but they have a chance to go forward here. Oh, this is a big chance that was blocked. And Kingston College trying to clear their lines, unable to do so. Calabar just about getting into their own now. Francis trying to get McCarthy into the thick of things, and here he is, the number 10. Needs a little bit more room. Searching ball inside that was repelled by KC. And they're going to go the other way now. Richards, they call him Whisper. And it was a soft pass, wasn't it?
It was a soft pass for sure. Definitely undercooked it.
It's just inched up a level, hasn't it? It's a free kick to Kingston College.
And you expect the main course to be better than the appetizer. And no disrespect to the two teams. And Gava Maseo and Kemsil, which contested the first game, you could see coming through the back of the player there, making contact. And this has certainly gone up a notch. Whether or not they'll maintain this, but I wouldn't bet against it.
Captain Byam to deliver. A number of players for Kingston College lined up on the edge of the box. I count about 5. That was close to being called out by the Calabar players, but it was nothing doing in the end. No handball would have been given for that one. Didn't quite come off on that occasion. Nash.
One of the early problems I'm seeing here for Calabar is because they've been pegged back so much in their half.
Sheikh sends this one inside. He has some space to work with, and a shot should have been on target. It was over the top. That was a big opportunity there for Kingston College, and somehow the net wasn't rippled.
Looks to be Shakes who made an attempt on goal there. No, that was Richards blazing high. In the end, you felt he should have had the goalkeeper working there. But I was saying earlier, one of the issues for Calabar is that in defense, they don't seem to have an outlet, which affects their transition or playing in that attacking transition mode when Kingston College is in their defensive transition mode, just not having that outlet. And to play on that counter, you need an outlet and a runner. They had neither on several occasions early in this contest.
Edwards lost it in a dangerous place for Kingston College. Calabar trying to pounce it straight to the keeper, that effort. Tajari Lee collecting easily.
Trading blow for blow. Andrew Price there kept his eye on it, but his first touch still wasn't so excellent, so immaculate.
Just a glimpse of a Neil Bigger Thompson there, who has been asked to assist by Andrew Price with this Calabar team.
Yeah, carry him over from the underlying setup. That's with coaches, that's how we are. We like persons around us who believes in our system and understands.
Oh, nicely done. Ball width inside. It's a big chance for Kingston College again. Again, it's blocked. They had a couple of chances there. They had space initially, but then it was closed down dramatically.
Yeah, I think the recovery runs from the defenders were good in the end. Good work there from Calabar, good recovery. And I think it was Hutchinson as well who got in the way. It's last-ditch defending there, but anything to keep the sheet clean at the moment.
Ball sent inside. Kennedy. And again, the shot is charged down and it's put behind, safety first.
Yeah. Johnson really for Kingston College got into a dangerous position there. He felt as his first touch been better, he would have been able to execute the shot. Defenders wouldn't have time to close down.
Calabar, they do have some big boys at the back, you know, as this one is whipped inside and they should be winning those headers easily. Xavier Codlin, the goalkeeper, is 6'4". Only Hutchinson is the shortest there at the back at 5'9". A young Jamaican version of one Lisandro Martinez, I suppose. Here's Casey again. Because all the conversation in recent weeks have been about defenders and how tall they should be. McLeod is 6'1". He's their sweeper. Nash is 6'2". And you're talking about 17 and 16-year-olds for Calabar at the back.
That's good height for defenders. And you want them to be just nimble on their feet as well. Read the game quite well, and then that would be the full package. Calabar at this moment just needs a breather.
Here they come again. Richards.
Just can't keep a hold of the football. Calabar.
Can they keep a hold on this one? Decides to take the shot that didn't have a lot of power on it.
Yeah, McCarthy there looking to go all alone. Had help inside. I think he had Wilson there. That was not Wilson, it was Walker that was giving him support.
Hutchinson couldn't quite gather, but he's hounding, trying to win it back. Hutchinson for Calabar, and does well too. Still has it. Hutchinson. Wilson sends it upfield. Nice back heel. Clark ran into traffic.
Rather than run into traffic, give the defender credit.
He's thinking of a shot, you know, it's charged down. That was Rochester Francis thinking that he could let fly from about 35 yards.
Yeah, that attack from Calabar was thwarted by a recovery run from Richards. And when you can have your attacking players being disciplined enough to make that run back to thwart an attack, really good sign for your team.
Shakes, sends it out wide. Kennedy on the ball. Kennedy. The pitch wasn't working with him at all.
He plapped himself into a knot.
He did. Which, funny enough, I think that's what plats should do.
Not that type of knot.
Okay, got it.
It should look more fluid and nice than that. That was a really tight knot that he wasn't going to get out of.
Wasn't quite a sailor's knot, was it?
No, not at all. Wasn't cane row either.
Was cut down late there by Jamali Terlong.
Yeah, definitely a foul there. And Calabar, they won't want to continue to give up these set piece or free kicks around the penalty area. I think they're going to have to find a way though to play better on the counter, because it seems like, at least in these early stages, they're going to have to try and do that if they're going to worry this Kingston College team.
Odette Hamilton having some words with players inside the box. Bit of an bargy there.
She would have come expecting this type of thing. This is really one of those pre-prepared speech.
Opportunity for Kingston College. 6 players inside the box for KC. Samuel Shakes is behind this one. Has plenty to aim at, and he went that way, which is disappointing to say the least.
Yeah, would have expected more. All that was going on before the kick was taken was certainly an anticlimax. And for him to feel that he could get the better of Codlin from that angle, beating him at the near post, I think just overambitious.
And possibly a little rude.
Yeah, you're probably right with that.
Well, as is customary, you expect some foot races between these two institutions.
It always will be difficult to call who will win it.
Terrelon. Nicely done. Now he's directing traffic as they try to go forward. Is there too much on it? The keeper?
Yeah. Good intention in the pass, because it was the run from his supporting player. On that occasion, Foster was on the blind side of the defender. Just needed a way to pass to be better, because it went between the two central defenders. And that's the worst thing for central defenders, to be split that way by a pass.
He did make a nuisance of himself there, Johnson.
Yeah, the ball wouldn't come down for his liking.
Oh, but he's gone down. He's going to need some attention. I think he suffered because of a collision there. He's in college, though. They continue to press forward without him. Richards. Thomas. Ball dinked inside the box, and the header just over the top.
Yeah, there was a lovely dink inside, just willing his attacker to get onto the end of that one. In the end, got between two Calabar defenders. It was always going to be difficult based on his position.
Lost in a dangerous area, but he did recover Daniel Nash.
And the golden rule that they would have said to Nash as a defender: pass it out, try and carry it out, especially when the space in front of you is not aplenty.
Sometimes you wonder if some players do the things that they do just because they know that the cameras are here and they want to make a highlight reel, which may not be beneficial to the team they represent.
Yeah, you get that sometimes from these youngsters.
Nicely done. Calabar in transition. Sheridan Wilson. Tariq Foster. Not the best ball inside the area. Terrelon picks it up. Challenge coming in, and Calabar will get the free kick just inside their own half.
Yeah, and for the first time in the encounter, we see Calabar coming forward with a lot of space in between the lines of Kingston College defence and their midfield. A lot of room in between the lines there. Calabar just couldn't make it pay or count on this occasion. And they would be quite quick to try and correct that.
That KC bench just looks a lot different. Not only with the fact that 19 players have left this unit, the fact that there's no Ludler Bernard, but here they are again coming forward, and it's Kennedy who drags it wide.
I think Coleman is quite happy that that one was dragged wide, because you could see him just trying to peer between or through the crowd of players in front of him. Didn't have a clear view of the ball.
There they are again. Always trying to beat a man. Tishawn Mattis, the culprit on that occasion, with his team. You have possession. Oh, nicely done. Harris couldn't get the cross in, but he does get the corner for his team.
good work on the attacking side, good work on the defensive side as well. Calabar had cover just to come around once he got past the pressure, and the cover became the pressure just now. And that was good play from McLeod.
Well, KC, they do need better deliveries. This one is lofted inside the area of the back post. Probably had a little bit more time than he thought. Dejon Richards.
Yeah, found himself, must have been surprised that he had so much time there. It's peeled off the side of the foot.
Well, Calabar, they do look good in transition. And the first touch was a little bit disappointing on that occasion. Too heavy. And the defender doing enough as he came across to deny Isaac Clark.
Yeah, you're quite right on that occasion, Donald. They did have outlet and they had a runner, just couldn't execute, but they're getting better.
Again, another KC player doing too much and losing possession. Ball touched inside by Wilson. There was no one there in green and black. And it's going to be a free kick, I believe.
Looks to be. Calabar's kick.
Yeah, I was wondering it was going the other way. Well, it's being communicated now.
It's an offside where the player came from an offside position to challenge the Calabar player. Price just felt that his team should have taken it quicker, but they were not sure it was their kick because they were retreating.
Ball lofted again and no problems there for Tajari Lee. Kingston College, what can they do with this attack? It's a shot from distance that's easily handled there by Codlin.
Yeah, Mattis with an effort, but always curling away, you felt. Mattis just went across and casually plucked that one out of the air.
Probably going to take some work to get by Codlin this afternoon. The Calabar custodian, as I mentioned before, 6'4". Went to Mount Pleasant for a year, and of course when he came back he had to sit out, and so he's back between the sticks for Calabar.
Maybe if he had stayed at Mount Pleasant, he probably would have been playing now. Probably weren't playing then.
You mean the same Mount Pleasant that's recruiting teams from the rest of the region?
Yes.
And in Central America, that Mount Pleasant now? Okay, I hear you.
Not the Mount Pleasant in St. Anne.
I was just wondering. It seems as if they are changing their ideals.
Well, the thing is that they've made some. Well, a lot of their players are now being able to play because of some arrangements with their players probably doing sixth form at York Castle. So you may see a lot of their players in the DaCosta Cup, and some are thinking York Castle will be a better unit. Well, definitely a better unit, but maybe more formidable than others would expect. So yeah, look out for that one.
You couldn't get any of them for William Knibb? I thought you had clout.
I had enough there.
Oh, you had? Okay, well, see you in the final. Here's Kingston College.
No, I was too far away, I guess.
I suppose.
But I was a consideration.
Right.
Yeah.
Trelawney is so far from St. Anne.
Yeah.
Kingston College looking to go into the attacking third. That's a nice ball out wide. Wonderfully done. The overlap there by Aaron Thomas. But the ball had too much on it. Oh, wonderful ball through the lines there. Kennedy. Oh, he has acres of space on the right hand side. Again, trying to cut inside, but wasn't the best at it.
No, and I think Kingston College, they're having our numbers up in attack. Just probably need to make more passes, you feel, just in and around that penalty area. But I think there's some indiscipline showing up there from Calabar. Foster was standing up and just watching Mattis ping a ball out wide, and he only sought to go towards Mattis after he was about to execute. So that's not good for Andrew Price and his team. They're going to have to do a lot more work, just as we see Richards doing a lot of tracking back for Kingston College. They're going to have to get their players doing that, and when you look at it, the player there, Foster, is in the middle of the park, need to do better. With a player down injured there, just use the opportunity to take the rehydration break. But Kingston College, Donald, you feel, would be pleased with what they've done so far, but would feel like they should have made that pressure count in the first half of the first half.
We've seen a bit of selfish football, to say the least.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially when they're in the attacking third.
Yeah, and they do have numbers up, so you feel in that situation with Calabar having numbers back as well and staying compact, you have to pass your way quickly through that. And you're right, players trying to go 1v1, taking on players. So far, Calabar winning a lot of duels. I think Andrew Price there trying to get his players to react better, as I was saying, looking at Foster standing up and watching Mattis make a play out wide, and then looking to react after the pass has been made. That wasn't good. But a lot of smiles from Kingston College because...
For now.
Yeah. But I always say, you know, the possession and all the chances, the real stats is goals. And right now, Calabar are on level pegging.
Well, see a lot of KC Sports support there. Few fans of St. George's College as well. St. George's College will be playing in the third game here under the lights, taking on a fantastic school in Arden High. Not necessarily in football, but still fantastic nevertheless.
You have a reason why you're pronouncing that?
You know, to each his own. You know, you can't be very good at everything.
Okay.
You can try.
What ties do you have to Arden?
I went there.
Okay. All right. I just want the viewers to know, because you know,
if Chris Taylor was beside me, he would have caught on quickly.
No, I want you to say to the viewers.
Yes.
I knew that was the case, but you seem to wish curtain around it as if it was just, you know, something else.
I just figured it was well known.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Calabar, they are trying. He had to go into second gear, captain by him, and he puts that one into touch. Bayam actually did high jump for Kingston College, I should mention. See if they are in transition to Richards. They call him Whisper, but you have to say his name loud. Deshaun Richards with a fabulous strike, rippling the net, and the famed Purples go ahead in the opening game of the Manning Cup against Calabar High.
Well, he switched the flank. He was coming down the left side, gone on the right side, so he's not going to get the crosses in the box. Definitely going to look to cut inside and shoot off that left foot. It had goal written all over it. Once it was 1v1, and you felt the goalkeeper at the near post should have, could have, and must do better with that one. In the end, maybe the shot came before he managed to set himself, but all day long you're going to expect Conlin, which you were touting was going to be difficult to beat. I was about to say, when you're that tall, getting down is difficult, and that's what happened there in just now. All along the carpet, always going to be difficult for him. Good execution nonetheless, good goal.
In a sense, it was almost perfectly placed.
Yes.
Because Conlin at 6'4", as you mentioned, it would have been difficult for him to go down.
And that's why
you have to be very good with your feet to save those.
Exactly. As we saw in the first game, Reed was for Kemps Hill.
Just a coming together. Oh, he managed to get the cross inside.
I think inadvertently as well, because he was falling and his foot made contact with the ball and came inside. But I mentioned that though in terms of the height and the execution of the shot. because a lot of times people just go off and just say, oh, it's at the near post, the goalkeeper ought to save that. Sometimes you see shot with a lot of power, not able to react quick enough. On this occasion, placed all along the ground. The keeper didn't set himself, wasn't crouched over, so always going to be difficult to get down.
Early in the season, we sometimes see this, players suffering from a little bit of cramp.
Yeah, you get that sometimes. Sometimes I've seen it with a team. I was coaching first year at William Nibs. They got the socks. A lot of the players, to keep the shin pad in, they twisted. But this is new. These are new socks, and they still twisted, and it was just too tight. And a lot of players came down with cramps.
Hydration is so key though, because if you're not hydrated properly,
and might I say, hydration is not on the day of the game. That is just quenching your thirst.
Exactly.
Hydration starts many days before.
It's a lifestyle almost that you have to adapt to. So, yep, seems to be okay.
At the moment,
Watson,
Raymond Watson is certainly happy for that scoreline.
He is. Francis sends it out wide. Wilson collects. Couldn't reach Terry Long. Center circle is a little bit slippery. Richards sends it out wide. Jaheim Johnson. First touch wasn't the best.
And all of that pressure started because Calabar had two poor headers. It was first Nash and then Hutchinson was poor in the centre of the park. And in terms of their headers, gifted possession to Kingston College.
Yeah, and they have the majority of the possession so far in this one, 53%.
And they've certainly made it count.
They are considered to be favourites in this game, Kingston College.
And they're certainly showing that in this opening 31 minutes of this contest.
Lovely ball through the lines, but Cotlin was aware. Boots it into touch. I know in his mind he's replaying that opportunity, that goal that went by him as captain of this team, and he would want a do-over.
Yeah, one of the situations with that is that it was a 1v1 situation that Richards found himself in, and as a defending team, Coach Price would have preferred to have a little numbers up. Probably would have wanted one of his defenders to come across.
Wilson. Francis is there. Francis a little bit lackadaisical on the ball.
Yeah, not a lot of vertical passes from Calabar. More sideways and backwards, not breaking lines.
Just need to be a little bit sharper. There's KC once more. Kennedy. So it's going to be difficult for Kennedy to go around Clark. And, another Calabar player goes down.
I think Terlong is suffering a bit for Calabar. Here, number 7. I think he's indicating that he can't continue.
Well, that's not good news for Calabar.
Down a goal, you feel, and down a goal and being forced into a substitution fairly early in this 133 minutes.
So 14-year-old Deshaun Jakes will be coming on. usually plays on the wing. Skillful player, this 14-year-old. Let's see what impact he will make.
I was about to ask you about that, because when you see them that small in stature as well, wiry, you get the feeling for them to be on the park. They have some trickery about them, because you're not going to win much physical duels when you're that size. But it appears, we'll wait to see if he's very skillful in evading those physical duels or challenges.
So I think there's going to be a readjustment here as we confirm the substitution. Jake's coming on for Turlong, because Turlong was in a holding midfield position for Calabar. We'll see who will.
I think they've switched it around. You're right with the substitute going on the flank. Jakes, and
flag goes up for offside against McCarthy. Who wasn't quite 100% for the start of this game, Tajay McCarthy, Calabar's number 10. There was some discussion as to whether he would start or whether young Jakes, who has just come on, albeit for another Calabar player, would have been in his stead on the right-hand side. So let's see if McCarthy can last the full 90 minutes for Calabar as well.
Yeah, well, he has gone inside. So you see McCarthy more central now.
Safety first. Fitzroy McLeod.
It was 3v3 in that era, so didn't have the advantage, so just giving his team a chance to regroup.
Oh, nice delivery inside. That has to be cleared away. Calabar, they lose it in a dangerous spot. Kingston College sending numbers inside the area, and they get a throw-in. Good recovery by young Jakes. Kingston College comfortable in possession. Ball delivered inside. They just managed to come away with it, Calabar.
I think it was Nash with that defensive header. It was a poor defensive header. In fact, looked more like an attacking header.
Oh, it's come all the way across. Richards looking for a second, and his shot was charged down.
This time looking to shoot with the right. Seemed to have made decent connection just now, so as a player, it's difficult for defenders now to cope with him, knowing that he uses both feet, because normal occasion you say send him to the left or right.
Shakes. Richards again. Back to Shakes.
Richards is a player that just glides about, as you say, they call him Whisper, just seem to move about effortlessly. Even when he's deep, gets by opponents quite easily. Seems to be an all-round player, a player you can depend on, because we see him making a lot of defensive runs.
Corner kick coming in at the back post. Kennedy sending it inside once more, and the header from Byam handled well by Codlin. a wonderful ball from Isaac, you know. McCarthy. They've just been a little bit off color, Calabar, with their passing, and now they have to do some defending. It's Richards. Richards goes outside, trying to beat the next defender, comes inside. It's Richards, lays it on the platter, should be 2. It isn't. It's put over the top by Johnson, and that is shocking.
Yeah, because it was very unselfish from Richards. You felt with his goal, the fact that he strikes the ball with both feet, he was going to go for goal. And as a coach, you can't blame him. He did the right thing, you'd feel, by making the pass. In the end, he probably said to himself, should have gone for goal. But that should have been a pass across Codlin, going for the far post. In the end, just leaning back too much, getting under it, and skying that one. Always leaning back. It was more shooting than finishing in the end. Got a few chances in this encounter. In one occasion early in this half, his first touch wasn't good enough, and that took the opportunity away from him. But again, at least he should have made Codlin work. But I really like this player, Richards, Jean Richards, because seems to be a complete. He's unselfish, he tracks back, he plays on both flanks, uses both feet, and should be a threat in the air because of his height.
Jaheim Johnson, I first saw him last season, and I was impressed by him straight away because of the touch that he had and how he was composed last year.
Not the same thing now.
But that effort, I think, does him injustice.
So maybe he'll get better as the season wears on.
Oh, he definitely has the talent.
Exactly. So as they say, class is permanent, form is temporary. So maybe just a bit rusty coming into the first game and not showing the type of composure, because he has gotten himself, he's doing the hardest part of it. He's getting into goal scoring up positions. But Richards is certainly a team player from what I've seen so far, both in attack and defence.
Although you almost expect him to let fly on that occasion, right?
I was bracing myself, listening for the outcry from you about that ball hitting the back of the net.
Nicely done. Wonderful defending there. But Tariq Foster beating his man well to get closer to goal, and recovers to win this one, but that was a little bit too predictable. But Clark does well. The shot wasn't the best one from Isaac Clark though.
And he must be concerned with the ease with which Richards is finding himself in those space, not being picked up, always seem to have room to execute.
Seems as if he's quicker than everybody else.
Yeah, deceptively, it would appear as well. It doesn't look to be that quick, but he gets away once he gets across. But he's smart as well. Once he gets by the defender, he cuts across their path. It makes it difficult, but like I said, I was really looking to hear an explosion of expression from you just now, Donald, because I really felt he was going to let fly.
I tell you what, coaches, especially overseas, would have been impressed with that play.
Yes, most definitely.
Well, at least some would. Others would have
tell him to
said,
shoot.
Yeah, exactly.
You just scored one.
Back yourself.
But I tell you what, couldn't give him a failing grade. He may not get the top mark, but definitely not a failing grade, because you want him to do that every time. It is Johnson who let him down.
And it was a better opportunity, you're right. It was a better opportunity what he created.
Yes. Because he still had the defender in his path.
There's the delivery inside. Oh, that's delicious that it was cleared out of the 6-yard box.
And again,
Richards creating all sorts of problems, and then again, deja vu. Johnson goes high again.
And he was the one on the end of it when he came in. Just couldn't get it across the line. And Richards could have had a goal and 2 assists already in this contest. There you see, just to set. I think what he does so well, Donald, is that he stops. He freezes the defender on most occasions. He just gets a little bit casual when it comes to him, a little nonchalant when the ball comes to his feet. And just as the defender, as we see that cross coming in here, and Johnson did everything that was more difficult than what he should have done. Yeah, overran that one. Just arrived a little bit too quick, didn't time his run well. But certainly, it is deceptive there from Richards. Took on the right back from Calabar. And like I said, just froze him.
I was a little bit disappointed that he didn't recover though, the defender, in trying to
and again, is what we talk about with Richards in terms of his deception, in terms of just getting away from the defender and going across his path. It's always going to be difficult for the defender now. He'd have to run around him. But just love how he just froze the defender. That occasion was Clark. And it's what good players do, Donald. When you look at, not that I'm not going to say I'm comparing him there, but the great players that we like to watch, the Messis and the Ronaldos, they almost bring the game to a standstill when the ball comes to their feet. It's like everybody stops to see what they're going to do, afraid to step in. First half winding down, the positive that Calabar can take into this first half break is the fact that they're only down a goal.
Yep, they should consider themselves a bit fortunate with the scoreline. Obviously Kingston College, they've had the overwhelming majority of chances in this contest. Although Calabar, at times they do look good in transition. Let's see what they can do with this now. It's Isaac Clark, and I don't think his teammate was on the same page there.
Yeah, I think the pass, well, the defender reacted quite well, just stepped up at the right moment to intercept that pass. So it was good defending. Probably needed the pass to be firmer, but I think he was just laying it on the path so he could run on and strike it, and as such it favored the defender stepping up.
Long throw being considered here by Calabar.
McCarthy and Aaron Thomas there in a little shoving match there. McCarthy just trying to get under the skin there of Thomas.
Calabar went into the penalty area and then lost it, and now they launch an attack. That's a delightful ball for Johnson again. Third time lucky? No. And Calabar will come away with it. Johnson committing the foul there, and he would want to forget this half as quickly as possible.
I tell you what, that play from Richards was just beautiful. The ball coming into him from Walker was perfect. It was a counter-attack that had outlet and runners, and the runner on this occasion again was Johnson, and the ball across to him from Richards, a peach, but he couldn't make full use of it. Richards, a total team player, looked up, saw the run, picked him out expertly, and needed a better attempt.
KC probably with the last attack of the half. Johnson trying to break through, is in front of the defender. Good recovery there. Devon Hutchinson was toe-to-toe with Johnson, who is again denied.
Yeah, good recovery run there, good defensive work again, because you felt Johnson just blew away from McLeod. McLeod was always just chasing shadows, but good that he had his recovering partner in crime. Hutchinson kept pace with Johnson. Could have been a hat-trick, yeah?
Could have been. Kimani Reese, who's called Beckham. We just saw him warming up there for Kingston College. They have a corner kick. Ball delivered inside, headed away easily. And the shot is well over the top. And that is that for the first half. After 45 minutes, Kingston College, the defending Manning Cup champions, they lead Calabar by a goal to nil. John Richards, our player to watch, the 16-year-old on the score sheet. They call him Whisper, and that's because he didn't speak a lot when he was much younger. But he has made a relatively big statement so far in that first half. And the famed Purples are ahead after 45 minutes by a goal to nil.
Yeah, very good half from Kingston College. If it's one down thing that you can put into this half is the fact that they are only leading by a goal to nil. He's large and in charge here. Nothing quiet about his display today, Richards. It's been everything bright and beautiful from Kingston College has come through him. And Codlin beaten and at the near post, but little he could have done about it. It is at halftime. Kingston College leading Calabar by a goal to nil.
Leading Calabar by a goal to nil at the half-time interval as the opening game of the Manning Cup is here at Sabina Park as we take a look at the half-time highlights. It's been a pretty interesting game, but Kingston College have had the majority of the opportunities here. Dwight Jeremiah and Shakes has been involved, and Johnson has been involved, and the young man that they call Whisper mostly involved. Richards missing the chance early on, and then Richards playing it inside looking for Johnson, and then the result was a deflected effort wide of the mark. Kennedy trying to get on the score sheet there.
Yeah, it's been Johnson who has gotten the bulk of the chances, not putting them away.
And here's another opportunity, twisting, turning, trying to make some room. Ashani Kennedy, who was lively in the early stages of this one.
Yeah, certainly a lot of the attacking play from Kingston College. All their players have been lively in that attacking third, just didn't have the cutting edge early.
Wonderful ball that was from Mattis, and this was a fabulous effort beating Cutlin at the near post, who may be a little bit disappointed that he was unable to use his foot there, but that was well placed. I guess his positioning wasn't ideal in the first place.
But if you look at just before the shot was made, he took a step to his right, anticipating going to the far post, because you felt Richards just gave him the eyes.
Difficult to recover after that. He's so slippery, Richards. He really is. Look at this ball. Touched inside. Johnson, though, should have done better.
Yeah, Johnson, I think, was a bit square when he received the pass. Should have opened his body up, anticipating that pass from Richards, and in the end got himself into a difficult position to execute.
And then another wonderful ball inside from Richards to Johnson, and he couldn't convert. And as I said, Kingston College with the majority of the chances in this fixture. They've had 9 shots, 4 of which were on target. Calabar, 1 shot on target. And 7 fouls committed so far in this game, 1 outside apiece. Kingston College, they've had all the corners and the majority of the possession at 56%. It's now time to hear from the fans. Here's Gerard.
Thanks so much, Donald. We are pitch side at halftime. A lot of is actually going on the pitch right now, but we are also live on YouTube, and I'm going into the comment section here, and there's a lot of praises for the Kingston College number 10 Whisper. He's known as John Richards, our player to watch. He's already scored, and somebody say that the score should be 5-0. That's from Real Mark. I've also seen that Whisper has gotten, well, someone is saying that Whisper has the technical ability to go pro as long as he works hard. I also see King Rationale asking, why are you taking so many touches? Just shoot the ball, you will score. Of course, Real Mark is going back and forth with Prolific Gambino. Prolific Gambino doesn't believe that the score should be 5-0. He actually thinks that Casey and Calabar should be drawn at this point. And I also saw a comment talking that JC will win the Manning Cup, but lots of praises for the Kingston number 10, John Richards, and the chat here on YouTube is actually alive and well. So that's it from online. Let's hear now from the fans who are actually in the stands. Let's head over to Janae.
Back in the stands with the fans, and I'm here with supporters of Kingston College, not too far from home. John Richards scored his first goal for the season. How are you feeling for Kingston College? Do you think that they have what it takes to win another Manning Cup season?
Well, it's a very young team, as you know, but we have the capability of doing very well. We all know that Jamaica College is the favourites, but Kingston College is always there, and we are number 1. And we shall prove that this year.
He says that KC is number 1. I see you guys on TikTok a lot of the times promoting KC in your colours as we see today. You want to bust a dance for us?
You know, say 140s, and see them I say, we up. I never say, the game is now 1 of 7. Like L.A. Lewis said, 7! At 7 them I get today. Alright, 40 scattering, settering, non-protest.
Don't miss a beat. When we return from the break, we'll have more schoolboy football action.
I'm the blind and the cripple, and I don't know how the street that's love it. So everybody know, we up, stay up, we up, stay up, we up, stay up. And if you're not do that answer, you're in a handcuff again. We up, stay up, we up, ready. Mad Michelle, them are we up from night time to the up. Papi said shots from a bank book.
Home of Champions and on the SportsMax app, in particular on SportsMax Plus, which is free once you download the app. Elche against Athletic Bilbao in La Liga action on Sunday, 9:15 in the morning, 10:15 ECT. That's tomorrow, in fact. And then after that, Getafe against Real Sociedad. You can watch that on SportsMax 11:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m. ECT. And also on Sunday, Real Betis against Villarreal at 2 p.m., 3 p.m. ECT on SportsMax 2. Lots happening as far as La Liga is concerned tomorrow. As far as Schoolboy football is concerned, the Manning Cup continues on Tuesday. Campion College against Clancarthy. That's at 12:30 p.m., 1:30 p.m. ECT. You can watch that on SportsMax 2. And then right after that, Excelsior High will do battle with Kingston Technical at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. ECT. We're still at Savannah Park. So are they. I think they're going to be staying for the third match as well. It should be an interesting one between St. George's College and Arden High. And I suppose all eyes will be on St. George's College to see how they bounce back from last season. Because in a nutshell, it was terrible for them last season.
Well, the coach Never Bell did hold his hand up and said blame him because he didn't think the season was going to go ahead, and so his preparation wasn't as good as it normally is. But just to highlight to the fans that yes, Schoolboy football started today. We're at Sabina Park carrying these games, but there are other games in the Costa Cup today. Manning's one of the team, the beaten finalists last year, one of the favourites this year. They beat Grange by 5-1. Stets, they got the better of Signy Pagan by 4-0. Monroe and Maggotty, they drew 1-1. BB Coke, they drew with Lacovia 0-0, and Charlie Mount High, they got the better of Enid Bennett High by 3-1. So a lot of goals all over in Schoolboy football, the return of it, and more so in the Costa Cup today. A lot more games being played, and so the main protagonists are out and running early in this one, and Kingston College is out and running early here at Sabina Park. Earlier today, the defending champions were held by Kempston High.
Calabar, they've made a couple of changes. We'll tell you about them shortly, but we can tell you that Antoine Johnson and Jaheim Rankin, they've come on for Calabar. Daniel Nash has come out, and Rochester Francis has also been substituted. Andrew Price making the changes there.
Yeah, so 3 changes now for Calabar in this one. One of them was forced. And the first one, Turlong was substituted because of an injury, but you feel it's the state of the game why he went for these 2 changes here at the beginning of this second half. We'll wait to see how he will set up. As I said, it was a 3-4-3 system. Never seemed to be able to get control of the middle of the park and get the front 3 going. You feel though, Donald, for this second half, Calabar, we're going to have to do better in 2 phases of the game. I saw that was glaring. The defensive transition, they didn't get enough players picking up runners, and in the attacking transition, didn't have runners and outlets enough.
And they may be in some trouble here. Too much on that one though. Probably a little bit of dew on the surface here at Savannah Park, making it a little bit more slippery.
Yeah, and for the more technical team, it's going to be better if they're going to zip this pass around. And you see Kingston College have shown that they seem to be superior in that department to Calabar. And I'm really excited to see more of Dejon Richards in this second half.
Scotland seems to be in a bit of trouble here. Yeah, just his... Was it his standing leg?
He seemed to be holding on to his groin. Might have overextended there on that clearance. Yeah. Like
yeah, the right leg.
Yeah. The inside there of the groin. That's where he seems to be feeling the pain. Seemed to, with that, you know, coming out of the halftime break and maybe being a bit cold, not properly warmed or stretched for the second half, and going with that extension there, just might have gotten him into some difficulty now. And if it is as bad as it's looking, you get the feeling he may not be able to continue.
Well, there's another goalkeeper in the squad in Ramiz McCoy. But I think the hope is for the Calabar captain to be okay and for him to continue.
It looks like they're confident that he will be able to continue, because I haven't seen any movement on the bench from Calabar.
I think it's more apprehension than them being confident that, that he'll continue. But there he is, there's Ramiz McCoy.
He's just got up now.
Oh, and another tall boy, 6 feet tall. Let's see, his first steps may be critical here. Can he handle it? I'm sure Andrew Price with a silent whisper here.
I think they're discussing here the windows for the changes and how much they have 4 changes to go and 3 windows in which to make it. So I think he's planning there how to go about dealing with it from here on in.
So they've utilized 2 windows so far.
Yes.
And they've made 3 changes. You can make a maximum of 5.
7 changes.
7 changes, sorry. Would that also be inclusive of the concussion protocol, the 7 changes?
No,
or would that be an 8th?
I think that would be an 8th.
Okay.
Yeah, normally the concussion is dealt with separately.
Well, God bless the teams who can make 7 changes and still be of high quality on the pitch.
Yeah, God bless those teams. I'd love to have one of them. Not so blessed.
Richards. Oh, wonderfully done. Tried to get by a third though. Didn't quite work out for Harris. I was a little bit surprised that he managed to pull out that skill, the right back for Kingston College.
Well, you know what, Donald? Well, surprising, yes, but for me, probably expected with your right back and left back in the modern game. A lot of attacking players have been thrust in those positions.
I think he was trying to flick it back outside to his left, Ashani Kennedy on that occasion, the number 13 for Kingston College. Gets by 1, couldn't get by a second to Sean Mattis. Here is again Harris. Decides to go for the pass. Harris with the throw. Shakes. Harris. Shakes gets it back. Almost managed to set free Ashani Kennedy over on that far side. Kennedy. Shakes. For first touch. And then he went in hard there. Omar Walker was coming with a complaint, and referee Hamilton having none of it.
Maybe cramps there. Well, so far this second half has been punctuated with stoppages, injuries to players.
Just seeing an uproar from the Georgians in the stands because they have seen their team make an entrance here at Sabina Park. Of course, St. George's College will be playing in the third game of the triple header here at the Mecca of Jamaica's cricket. And they're just about prepping for their warm-up. St. George's College, their fans anticipating a really good game and a good result against Arden High.
I'm expecting good things from St. George's College. Adam was there in the George's Cup and they did show some good signs. Little work to be done defensively, but that was a long time ago, and you suspect all those areas would have been dealt with as Coach Bell really is looking to make a statement this season. Andrew Edwards there.
And speak of the devil.
Yeah.
Coach Neville Burtis Bell, one of the best around, if we are to be fair.
Yes, and a coach that I admire in terms of his style, because it's the way I like to play the game myself and my teams to play.
Not a bad broadcaster as well, Neville Burtis Bell.
No, and you're right, and since coming into this field and being in the illustrious company of yourself and others, he has been one of those who have been encouraging along the way. So yeah, you're right.
So, just one goal separating the teams, and it was a peach, wasn't it?
It was a lovely, lovely goal. Mattis playing that ball out. And once it got to Richards, as I said, always, you just look at him here, and 1v1, you're always going to favour the attacker and him. He just looked to give the eye to the goalkeeper as if he's going to the far post. The goalkeeper, Codlin, did take a step to his right, and as he did that, Richards let fly, and it was well positioned, well placed at the base at that near post. Always going to be difficult for a goalkeeper over 6 feet to get down.
The more I look at it, the more impressed I am, actually.
Yes.
And the way you describe it in detail as to how he would have operated in taking that shot and giving the goalkeeper the eyes, and the goalkeeper being wrong-footed and being unable to recover.
Yes.
It really was a good strike.
I think it was all intentional what he did, everything. Really good player that we see on show here. And as Gerard said, one of the fans that texted in did say that if he keeps working hard, it's the type of player you feel that would be able to make the transition to the professional level.
Devon Hutchinson going down and giving the thumbs up, saying no, let's not waste any more time. His team is behind after all. He's going to try and battle through the pain. Thomas twisting and turning and trying to get some space and get by Sheridan Wilson, who's done well defensively, did really well in the end, Wilson. And here he is collecting, now looking for an outlet. Should have done better, Wilson, after all that. Oh, nicely done. That's Darnell Edwards. Edwards sends it inside. Oh, what a finish! The boy can do no wrong. Deshaun Richards getting his second of the game. It was a brilliant ball inside the box that found him with just a little bit of space, which was enough for him to execute. And the execution was perfect.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was poetry in motion, the way he did it. And he watched the ball, waited patiently. Lovely ball across. And he had a lot of space. But we see people, when you give quality players time and that amount of space, always going to execute. But that was beautiful. He watched it fall from the sky, got his knee over it. And with that connection, it was an intimate relationship, boot and football. And he caressed that one into the far corner. Lovely, lovely strike. And I tell you, no accolades too high for him in this encounter. The way he went about it. And just a while ago, we were talking about making the transition. And if the first goal you said was a beauty, this one has surpassed it. And I leave it to you, Donald, the expert with language, to put something else on that one.
I tell you what, Nothing else can be added to that one. Brilliantly done, Edwards. A steeplechaser in his time at Kingston College. Really was a wonderful ball to this young man, the number 10, looking to add more to his repertoire. The ball played inside at the back post. They're trying to kill this as a contest. And that's just about it. With a Shawnee Kennedy who has really been instrumental, especially in the first half, getting his due reward with a goal to his name. And Kingston College, they are running riot over Calabar High.
And we talk about everything bright and beautiful happening for Kingston College, coming through, Richards, and I will not leave him out of it. Picked it up on this near side here, getting that ball into the box or across. Once it got there, the execution of the finish was just superb. And it's a finish, not a shot, not a shooting thing here, just coming inside so expertly, and a dink pass, and then that ball just served up and still had a lot to do here, a lot to do for Kennedy. And Codlin again beaten at his near post, but I think the pace on that one maybe just got the better of him. Again, not able to react quick enough, but that was a well taken goal from Kingston College.
Behold the Manny Cup champions. They have gone into another gear here, and Calabar with no response.
And you feel over in a contest. There was a fan in the stand that did say 7 is the number. Well, they're making headways fast in the second half. It's 3-0 to Kingston College. But Donald, again, the ease with which Richards got around the defender, and then the audacity of that dink pass, just that drop pass inside. It was a complete goal there from Kingston College. And the substitution ringing here. Thomas coming out.
Akeem Weir is coming on. Now, Akeem Weir is a former Class 3 400-meter champion in 2019. Won the final diving across the line, and after the race effectively retired from track and field.
Well, I won't be surprised if I see him with a diving header getting one across the line today. So let's see how that works out.
But yeah, what a second half so far for Kingston College.
And Richards, I think Calabar, seeing Richards come off the field was just about to celebrate that they had nothing more to do with him, but was only taking a break, was ushered back on by the fourth official, and the tormentor for Calabar is with them again.
I'm sure he'd want a hat-trick.
I would love to see him get one. But yeah, I think that's a face of resignation.
Well, he won't be resigning anytime soon.
With this game, and the result for this game, I'm thinking.
Yes, I know.
I don't want to.
He did say that he was looking forward to just formulating a plan. He wants to be competitive this year.
Okay.
And it was always going to be difficult.
A big game for him to really wet his foot into schoolboy football.
Yeah. Talk about the baptism of fire, right?
Yeah. I think what he'll try to put a plan in place now is to keep respectability to the scoreline tonight. Don't want these confidence of these boys to be shattered. And as such, maybe at this stage, early in the second half, he's probably thinking about damage control.
Well, here they come, Calabar. They have lacked a little bit of imagination in the attack in third. Ball over the top. It's another chance. Can they make it 4? Fabulous save by Codlin. He had the option to offer the hat-trick to Richards, who was waiting on the ball inside the area. It didn't come.
No, it didn't come at all, and you felt it was on, and you felt Richards in that position would have laid it on to Mattis, but Mattis on this occasion was just thinking, seeing his name going up in lights and the headline saying that he's on the score sheet.
Mattis was like, I gave you an assist before, this is mine. That's exactly what was going through his mind. I think
Richards, despite giving 2, well, should have had 2 when he laid it off for Johnson, he would have done the 3rd, and that's the difference in class with Richards and Mattis. But in the end, though, it was a good save from Codlin.
Yeah, had to be there. And was effective. Here down in the center circle for Kingston College. Getting some attention, has to go off for a bit. Or maybe his day is done, and that's the captain. Blaine Byam.
Looks that way. Kimani Reese looking to come in.
Byam was looking back, wondering if it was his number that went up. he had a nervous look, like, what? I said, no. It's Reese who has come on for Johnson.
And Johnson, how surprising that we are speaking of him coming off and not saying Johnson coming off having 2 or 3 goals to his name. Such was the chances that Johnson got in this game. But he'll see better days, as Donald says, a quality player.
Going to be Shakes with the delivery. Taken short. Mattis. Calabar. They haven't done well in trying to clear their lines. Here's a shot from outside the area. That goes over the top.
Blushes spear there by the deflection, so it's a corner kick. I think they're getting a little bit too excited there with that shot, I felt. Had enough players ahead of him or to his right that he could have kept the attacking move going.
So another corner to Kingston College. Mattis to take it. Shakes, delivers, and it's a goal kick to Calabar. Or is it another corner kick actually? So, back to back to back, the corner kicks. Taken short again. Mattis. Shakes. Codlin having to make the save. Another corner kick to Kingston College.
Yeah, Kingston College just looking to play this game in Calabar's 18-yard box.
They've pitched a tent.
Yes, actually. Pretty much. Just can't seem to come out. That's a smart save. Looking to sneak in again at his near post. He wouldn't want to be beaten 3 times at his near post.
There's a corner kick, and the Codlin in no man's land. It's headed back across, and it's cleared by Calabar.
Yeah.
Johnson does well to win it. Needs some support though. Finds it. McCarthy gets help from Walker. Walker gets it back and was late on the challenge. Omar Walker, who actually played sweeper last year for Calabar, and he's asked to play a more advanced role this season. Omar Walker.
And I think he's relishing that, because most defenders always think that they're better than the attackers in front of them.
Is his team relishing it then?
Not quite. I wouldn't say on the evidence of what we've seen here, but let's say give him more time. It's only the first game, and they won't come up against an opponent like Kingston College in every game.
There's Shakes. Samuel Shakes for Kingston College. It's a popular name for Kingston College players. Samuel Shakes. As we take a look at the Kingston College contingent, they look to be quite content in the north stand.
The stands have filled up a bit.
And they look despondent.
Yeah, it's a bit shell-shocked here.
We said it was controversial when he said it earlier in his interview, Raymond Watson, about them not being in the same ballpark when it comes to football and the competition between Kingston College and Calabar. Of course, Kingston College with 16 Manning Cup crowns, Calabar with 3. Raymond Watson putting his reputation on the line in making that statement, and right now his boys
have backed him up.
Yep.
And it's emphatic as well, the manner in which they've gone about it.
Too much on it?
Yeah.
Many wondered what the transition would have been like with the fact that London Bernard isn't there with the Kingston College team anymore. He's gone on to greater things, by the way. He's just gone on to win the Premier League with Harbourview.
So the Schoolboy, the Manning Cup and Premier League, pretty much in the same year.
And the Olivia Shield, don't forget that.
Exactly. But Watson has been by his side, so you feel he'll certainly want to distinguish himself in the end, but certainly continuity will not be so difficult.
Johnson. Didn't quite work there for McCarthy.
And that's the stage of the game, that phase of the game that I think Calabar has to do better at, that attacking transition phase.
Isaac Clark needed a better ball. And now Kingston College, they are attacking in numbers. He left it. It would have been a good idea if his teammate was on the same page. Another KC player goes down. Think it may be another cramp episode.
Yeah, Richards is the player down. And I don't think Calabar is going to be quick to stop it here.
Ball placed wide of the mark. Ambitious effort trying from so far. He's holding his calf. Yeah, it could be cramp, could it? We hope it's not anything too serious. They were warming up subs, Kingston College, so one might come on to replace their two-goal man.
And there's another player down for Kingston College as well. Seem to be cramps as well, holding on to the calf as well.
With so many players going down, you have to wonder if it's a hydration issue across the board.
Yeah, most definitely, and a lot of times, well, seem to be painful there, but a lot of times these players not so disciplined.
By the way, that's not how we would apply water to fix hydration, but you're making a point.
Yes, I think a lot of these players at times are not so disciplined in hydrating themselves. Sometimes as coaches you have to have a split of your squad into teams and have a water marshal in each team, and certain time of day you have them consume, or some people have water parades where they have to drink, so you get the players properly hydrated, because as you say to them, that goal, I'm just telling you, he watched it patiently fall from the sky, kept his eye on it, didn't take his eye off the ball, because the goal doesn't move. The execution was perfect, and again he was a part of this one. The dink inside, that little drop pass, and then the shot. And again, that's a situation where you say, okay, goalkeeper near post, do better. Pace was on that one, and by the time he reacted, it was hitting the back of the net. Some real quality goals here from Kingston College. I think there are a lot of persons saying that don't risk him, take him off. He will feel like he wants to continue though.
No, I think he's going to be taken off actually. I think Coach Raymond Price is saying you're bound to get a hat-trick in one game this season.
I look at him coming off, and he's going to walk past Andrew Price, and I think as a coach we'll be concerned that he's injured, but we're happy to see him come off in this game. I remember Gordon Stratton says he was coaching Celtics and Messi was tormenting him, and then he saw him run by him and just held his hamstring, and he said, I shouldn't be saying anything, but thank Lord he's going to come off. So I think he was that good in this game here. Not saying Messi's wearing a number 10, but certainly he could have had 2 goals, 3 assists.
Now Shorter Gibbs is replacing the boy they call Whisper. The captain is finally coming off. Demario Watkins comes into his stead to replace Byam.
Another substitution coming up for Kingston College. Leading also number 18. Samuel Shakes is there. Replaced by number 17,
Rajay Taylor, 16 years old, comes on to replace, I think it's Mattis who's come on to replace.
Shakes came out.
Yeah, Shakes came out. The board said Mattis, but I think it's actually Shakes who has come out. Yep, there he is. Shakes is the one who's come off the park. Mattis is still on it based on what we see.
And he has come off Richards with some 16 minutes to go. And I think somebody will have to play a blinder here to even tip him as man of the match. It's really early for the discussion, but I'm saying it's just like Watson put his head on the block there to say, you know, different ballpark. I'm saying what Richards did today in the 16 minutes that remain, it will take a real blinder for somebody to upstage him.
Nobody will pass him. Clark punting that one to the edge of the box. Kingston College trying to make the transition, and they're sending players forward. Ball over the top. Keeper stays on his line. Ball tucked inside and put behind eventually. Mattis did well to try and get the ball inside the area from the outside of his left foot.
Yeah, and that's a start different with Calabar and Kingston College. Calabar still looking to play on the counter, but not as quick. It's about 3 passes and it's in the penalty area. That's what you want in your attacking transition. An outlet, a runner, and that pass expertly executed.
Mattis delivers, Codlin in no man's land again, and it's put over the line. They get the 4th. He's just come on the park. It's possibly his first touch, and the 16-year-old puts Kingston College 4-0 up. Nasharda Gibbs.
Yeah, it was a poacher's effort there, not on the same level of the other 3 goals, but they all count, and Edwards there showing his appreciation for that poaching. You want persons in the back that are quick to react to any loose ball. Kingston College on this occasion was quickest to react through Gibbs, and with 3 Calabar players around him, still got on to the end of it. Did win the 2nd ball, did Kingston College, and that 3rd went over the line, and Gibbs with that touch would be happy if every day and every game is as easy as this one.
He would be happy, but I think they understand adversity a little bit. It will help them grow, but this has been easy street. It's a similar scoreline to the last televised match between these 2 teams in the Manning Cup. At Calabar High, Kingston College came out 4-0 winners back in 2018.
So maybe Calabar can take comfort that it's not at home and it's closer to Kingston College. Say it's at home, so maybe in the return leg they'll try to do much better.
That's the worst possible comfort that you could have given.
Well, I struggle to find any other. But it could still get worse.
Couldn't quite grasp that one, Shani Kennedy.
Well, they say, and with most things, sports, but football, as they often always say, is a talent sport. But they do say that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard.
Yeah.
I just don't think Calabar has worked hard enough today. Not that they would have probably won this game, but probably would have been more respectability to the scoreline.
Well, we can see which is the more talented team.
For sure. But like I was saying in the first half, they weren't tracking in that defensive transition phase, wasn't picking up markers, wasn't quick to contract and get compact and go with the runners. So you are lacking or you're behind in quality and not working hard. It's the recipe for failure. But maybe I can find another reason as well. It's the opening game of the season. And so, Donald, I say I was struggling, but I found another one. It's the opening game of the season, and they certainly will get better.
Well, this is the game that the champions didn't slip up.
Yeah,
the Costa Cup winners of last season, Galvin Massale, held to a 2-2 draw by Kems Hill in their opening encounter. Here's Gibbs again. He was thinking of the shot, you know.
And I thought he should have gone for it.
Here's Harris. Harris, two players waiting there, and Codlin, well, used his 6'4" frame to good effect, but he's struggling. And they're going to ask him to work even more because Kingston College, they aren't stopping, I don't think.
No, I think they smell blood, as you say. They recognize that he's struggling, and that's why I felt a shot should have been taken by Taylor.
Oh, that was a nice ball forward, you know, and the shot was a snapshot taken by Johnson.
Yeah.
And he felt that he should have done better.
80 minutes in the contest for this man's team to really put that move together. But that will harbour hopes. I'm pretty sure in the experience of Andre Price, when he takes a look at this game, pretty much tear it apart and find the positive and look to build on it.
Taylor.
And the good thing here, Donald, a good sign here for Kingston College, as we see another of their player hitting the turf. There's a love relationship with the grass here at Sabina Park with this Kingston College team. But what I say is that the good thing to show is to win a championship, you don't just need a good team, you need a good squad. And evident here is that with the substitutions made by Kingston College, the intensity of the game did not drop. The quality has not fallen at all, and that's a good sign for them. Matthews here still not satisfied with some stuff here, just remonstrating with Raymond Watson. Maybe some things with players that is not pleasing to him. Shake of the head there. He knows it's been a tough day out.
And he also knows that nothing beats experience, right?
Exactly.
These players will just have to learn, go through the ringer, and hopefully they get better. But right now they have to get better with defending, and they did well enough.
Yeah, vital touch there from Hutchinson. But yeah, and he's just going to have to be realistic with his players and let them know what is the situation and what the objective ought to be, not be unrealistic with it, because with that it is a situation where they have to try and see if they can set realistic targets and get the players not to drop their heads. Calabar here getting a rare corner kick, Donald.
I'm wondering if this is their first.
Yeah, I'm thinking here. Can't remember. Might just be.
Well, let's see if they can make use of it. Jakes sends this one inside. And the shot, oh, rifled in. That's a good goal. That really is a good goal. Disappointed Tajari Lee that he was unable to keep a clean sheet. But Calabar, they do get a goal back. And their fans have something to cheer for in the closing stages of this one. And in the end, it's consolation. But he will gladly take it, Omar Walker.
Yeah, it was a good strike. He met it flush with the laces. Once it fell to him, there's only one thing on his mind. And it's a good option to take because of the bodies in front of the goalkeeper. He would have been unsighted, wouldn't be able to see it, the ball early when it left the boot, would have seen it late. And with that power, that's the recipe for a good goal. And Walker will leave here feeling happy that he did mess up this clean sheet for Kingston College, but was a good strike in the end.
Yep. The boy who played sweeper last year for a Calabar team that expected to go much further than they actually did.
Yeah, but that opening game against Jamaica College was a good look for them, and I expected more, you're right. But earlier too, you spoke about him and whether or not it was a good move to have him up front and whether it was paying off. Well, the game went on and he's probably saying, no, give me time.
Oh, he's driving through, you know. But in the end, Mattis's effort off target
would have brought out the dancing girls if this was CPL cricket.
It would have. Kingston College not afraid to ring more changes. They find themselves in a position of comfort
and luxury here, bringing on qualities.
Mario Campbell is coming on. Jaheim McLean is also coming on.
Kennedy's off. He got the third goal.
And I think Richards is coming off as well.
Or Edwards.
Oh, Edwards rather. Richards is still on. Garner Edwards, who provided a peach of a ball. Oh. Calabar, they've gone into another gear here as they try to get a second goal in this one. At the moment, it's ping pong being played.
That's a poor choice of a return, a wall pass there. It was just too close and the player was making a forward run. And Calabar's number 10 there chose the wrong option, McCarthy. Looking to play that one-time pass to Foster.
Ball played through, but the flag has gone up for offside.
And that's the difference a goal makes. Even if you're losing 4-0, gives you a pep in your step, a lot of spring in it. And just waited too late, Calabar, to spring into life. And some will say maybe Kingston College took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, some will say that.
And I think those persons were definitely firmly entrenched in the Kingston College camp.
Tajari Lee, though, was really disappointed with the fact that he couldn't keep a clean sheet, and He really desired it. Although he hasn't done a lot of work today. Calabar looking for a second still. Is that confidence I see?
Yeah, but going in the wrong direction.
Needed more on it.
I think he needed to make the pass outside, not between the players.
But they've recovered. Going to the byline. Oh, a slip up here by Coughlin. Disaster for the goalkeeper. And Kingston College, they have been sharper all afternoon. And Gibbs, the second half sub, out of nowhere, has gotten a second goal here. And the 16-year-old believing that this Manning Cup is easy street. Kingston College, the champions, 5-1 up now over Calabar.
Well, as if Kingston College needed any gift, the way they've gone about this game, overrunning Calabar. We spoke about Coughlin having difficulty with his getting down, being all the way up there 6 feet or more. And on that occasion, just couldn't get down enough. And we don't know if his injury affecting him there. And even for recovery, for sure, maybe he couldn't move as quick enough. But he would have been disappointed with that effort. But you say coming from that height, maybe too far a distance for him in his condition now to get down effectively.
Yep, even worse with that possible groin injury that we think he has picked up.
And just as Calabar was looking to put some respectability to the scoreline. But yeah, they were Calabar just looking to get another goal to bring the respectability to it. Kingston College just went up the other end and scored. And that's what I'm saying in terms of this Kingston College team, showing some depth in quality and with substitutes coming on, still maintaining the dominance over Calabar.
Mind you, 2 tap-ins for Gibbs.
But you have to be there.
You have to be there, right?
And the ball has to get there, which means it gets through all the lines to get up there. It was poor still because Calabar, Kingston College made a bad pass, trying to go between the defenders rather than going outside, and Calabar allowed them to recover.
Yeah. No ticky, no laundry.
No.
So he had to be there, as you said. I think Mattis picked up a yellow card just now. Kimani Reese, they call him Beckham, just to confirm the yellow card shown to Mattis. Reese sends this inside, the clearance made by Calabar.
5 minutes has been indicated to be added on at the end of this second half. I think the whistle can't come too soon for Calabar.
No. I'm sure they're not looking forward to playing the additional 5 minutes.
No, and I think Kingston College will be looking to make it 6. It's a scoreline in football that many would see as embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, they would have wanted it to be 6-0, but 6-1 wouldn't be too bad, I suppose.
Not at all, and close enough. Closer to that which the fan had predicted at half-time.
Yeah, actually, he did say 7, right?
He did say 7, yes.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, he's probably there saying, come on, give me 2 more in this 5 minute extra so that I can...
I wonder if he put money on it.
That possibly could be it, you know.
He did say 7.
Yeah.
And I was there rolling my eyes.
He's probably rubbing his hands now saying, yeah, I could collect.
4 minutes to go.
Enough time.
Kingston College, they have a corner at the near post. And it's put wide. And it's Gibbs again. Was it? At the near post?
Yeah. Looking to get a hat-trick.
That's insane.
And we talk about surpassing Richards. If he gets a hat-trick, you're thinking, that's the super of super subs.
Yeah, but the match was wrapped up, if we have to be honest.
Yeah, the nature of those goals and the quality of Richards' goal and the time when it came, breaking the deadlock and putting some distance between themselves and Calabar. It's like a bowler, since we're at Savannah Park, it's like a bowler taking 3 wickets and another one gets 5, and it's the tail ender that makes up the 5.
Again, the ball over the top, finding Mattis. Mattis does well. Mattis still with it. Mattis tried to curl that into the top corner. Didn't have enough curl.
No, not enough, and I think put off a bit by McLeod. I think McLeod just came across in time, Fitzroy there, just to get into his eye line and make the shot, the path to goal, not as easy as he would have liked. And McLeod is a big lad.
Oh, what a delightful ball that is. Mattis again can't beat the defender on this occasion.
Yeah, and I think it was Gibbs from the middle of the park that made that pass, was it? No, not Gibbs. It was It was Blackford.
Cotton again in the way denying it was Gibbs on that occasion.
Yeah, Gibbs is certainly a poacher, but Codlin struggling for sure. That's why he couldn't get to that ball quick enough. It says a lot though about the reserve goalkeeper in the ranks here for Calabar, that they're not willing. McCoy is their reserve goalkeeper, and
they're not willing to put him in the firing line,
and with a game that is already lost.
Exactly.
He might do greater damage.
Mattis delivers
to Codlin.
Yeah, and he's not kicking anything either.
No, you run the risk of compounding the injury. I think just seconds to go now, and Codlin will want to hear that final whistle for more reasons than one. Well, about what, 6 reasons? His injuries, and 5 times he had to pick the ball out the back of the net. More than enough reasons to want to hear this final whistle.
Reese. Ball played inside. Nicely done by Gibbs. Gibbs utilizing his speed, and that a foot came in there. That threw him off just a little bit. And the Codlin's going to need some more attention, but Gibbs has been a live wire since he's been on the park.
Yeah, certainly a reference point up front, and he hasn't given a rest to this tired Calabar defense. If they saw the back of Richards and felt that they were going to take a break and have a easy closure to this game, Gibbs has certainly ensured that that was not the case.
It's a statement. It's a statement, loud and clear. Gibbs with a couple of goals to his name, but it was easy for him as he came on as a sub. But the loud statement was initiated by a boy they called Whisper, the Jean Richards, with a couple of goals to his name as well for the 16-year-old Codlin. He's had a game to forget in goal for Calabar. But Kingston College, led by their number 10, they've scored 5 past Calabar under the lights here at Sabina Park. And they've started off their Manning Cup campaign emphatically well.
Yeah, it was a statement for sure. 5-1.
As we take a look at the highlights here, and the majority of the chances went to Kingston College, and this was the first one. It was a good one. Richards beating Codlin at the near post.
Yeah, beautiful goal, just coming inside, switching flank and going across to go on his favoured left foot, and that giving the eye to Codlin. Codlin bought the dummy going to the far post, and he just stepped inside and executed expertly, making it difficult, well paced, close to the upright, and Codlin difficult to come down from 6 feet up.
That's how they went to the half-time break, and in the second half they went up a couple gears. Dwight Jeremiah, what a ball this was.
And it if the first goal was good, this was better. This was the top pick of the bunch, the cherry on top of the cake. He just watched it expertly. Its execution was perfect. The contact with the ball was a relationship that many would envy in a relationship. That was expertly done.
Richards getting his second of the game, and he was involved in the third goal as well. Just touching this one inside, and then this was locked in at the back post, and bang, the finish wonderfully executed by Kennedy.
Yeah, it was a good combination play between Mattis and Richards. A lovely drop of the shoulder from Richards, going inside, a drop pass to Mattis, and then Kennedy at the near post. Don't blame Codlin. The strike was powerful and was good.
And then the Shardo Gibbs, a sub, wanted a bit of the action. He was there in the 6-yard box to poke home.
Well, you have to be there and you have to buy a ticket to win, and he was there, ever present. A poacher's goal if there was one, and making sure that Calabar's defense didn't rest and Kingston College quality didn't drop.
They did answer. Calabar, Omar Walker firing that one home, and just putting one back for the team from Red Hills Road.
Consolation goal for sure at that time, 4-1, and Lee, unsighted by the number of bodies in front of him, purple and white, green and black, difficult to see.
And they would get another one, and this time a keeper's error, but he was injured. Codlin couldn't get down in time to properly gather, but Gibbs was right beyond the doorstep to get his second.
Yeah, I think Rankin was at fault there. Shouldn't have allowed Calabar KC to recover, but once they did, Codlin put under pressure, injured, difficult to go down, and then hard to recover because of his groin injury. In that end, Kingston College, 5th goal, and emphatic in their display today.
Kingston College had 18 shots, 7 of which were on target. Calabar were a perfect 3 from 3, but they needed so much more. You see, they just had the one corner kick, 10 less than Kingston College, who also had the majority of the possession at 60%.
All right, I'm here with Natalie Campbell, the marketing manager of SportsMax, and she's here to present the Man of the Match award to Dejon Richards of Kingston College. Right, so Dejon, 2 goals in your debut, brilliant performance. What went right for you today in your Manning Cup debut?
Well, it was just my teammates. It wouldn't be anything about my teammates. My teammates helped me a lot to get me to where am I. Well, I'm from Phoenix still, so I have a big up Phoenix. They make where I am now. So.
All right, a comprehensive showing by Kingston College. But what more should we expect from Dejon Richards and Kingston College?
Well, I didn't come to get 2. I come to get 4. I promised my mother that, so I'm disappointed in myself, and that's just that.
All right, thank you, Dejon, and all the best. All right, we are now joined by Coach Andrew Price. Coach, a disappointing defeat today against arch rivals Kingston College. Are you more disappointed in the scoreline or the performance of the team?
I was more disappointed with the scoreline. I thought some of the goals that we gave up, we could have prevented with a little bit more control and a little bit more poise. But they are a young team, they're going to have to learn. And who you're going to learn from them playing against the best. We played against the defending champions today. We scored 1 goal, so that gives us a little impetus. It's the first game of the season. We had 6 weeks of training, and it was a learning curve for these young players.
Right, more difficult games to come in the zone that you're in, known as the group of death. How do you get your team to bounce back from a performance like this?
We just have to continue to nurture them, continue to encourage them, and continue to work with them in training. It's the first game of the season. We don't want to get discouraged. We just have to focus and continue to play hard and work hard.
All right, thank you, Coach. All the best in your next game.
Thank you.
And we will now be joined by Coach Raymond Watson, the coach of Kingston College. Coach, a very emphatic win against arch rivals Calabar. Kind of sort of proving your point right about this is not track and field. field. What went right for you boys today?
Definitely expected to win the game. And coming out here and scoring 5 goals, the disappointment is that we conceded 1, and the other disappointment is that we didn't score that other goal that we had so hoped for. So must say congratulations to Calabar. They played much better than I expected, so must also give congratulations to them. And then I saw some tactical adjustment from the Calabar coaching staff, which I picked up on, and I must also say well done to their coaching staff. But kudos to us. We won the game. Goals win games, and we did what we have to do.
All right, Coach, thank you for joining us, and all the best in your coming
Thank you very much.
The boys backed up their coach in this one, and in the end they came out with an emphatic win. 5-1 the scoreline, and the champions of the Manning Cup starting off strongly here at Sabina Park. This after Gav Maceo dropped points in the opening Da Costa Cup fixture